It's the Riot Podcast for Thursday, July 20th. Always a good time on Thursdays because you know that means Choice Champions. Today we drafted our favorite TV theme songs so you can see which ones we picked, cast your vote for your favorite of the two of us, and also chime in with your favorite TV show theme song. Here's something interesting. Yesterday on the show, we talked about the most dangerous and safest cities to drive in the United States.
Yes, I remember this.
The safest city for drivers in the United States, Green Bay, Wisconsin. If you can count that as a city.
Nobody's really there. You know, it's a smaller city.
It is smaller, but it's
probably
still
safer.
I guess it still counts according to that list. But get this. Today comes out the list of drunkest cities in the United States. And I bet you can sense where this is going. The drunkest city in the United States, also Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Well, that makes sense. That adds up.
How does it add up?
It just means that no one's driving.
You think so? You think that more people than ever, a higher percentage are drinking, but also they're very wise about remembering not to get behind the wheel of a motor vehicle?
If they're the safest city in the U.S. for driving, and they're also the drunkest, that just means that nobody drunk drives and nobody drives at all. Maybe everybody walks everywhere.
Maybe. I don't know how
we haven't even considered that yet.
Walkable Green Bay is. You know what? Maybe
population 107,000.
That's pretty high.
That's small.
It's a city.
It's very small for a city.
What about this? Maybe Green Bay is like just the best city to be an Uber driver. You know? The Uber's constantly just taxiing people around because they're all too drunk to drive. And meanwhile, you as an Uber driver are reaping the benefits.
It says it's 55 square miles, the city is. It's pretty small. Right on the lake.
So you think everybody just walks?
I don't know that everybody walks, but I just think that maybe
walking, if you're drunk, isn't always easy either.
Safer than driving.
It is safer than driving, typically. And I don't know. I mean, being the safest city to drive in the United States, that doesn't happen by accident.
No.
So they've figured something out there.
Oh, I'm seeing. Ready? I just figured it out.
Oh, you've solved the riddle?
I've got the whole thing figured out here. So I typed in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I typed in like their bars, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're all like right next to each other in like a 1 mile area.
Right by Lambeau Field, probably.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to
Maybe that's it. They drink
at the stadium
8 times a year before Packers games, and then obviously the playoff games that they inevitably host. And then they go into the Packers game. They sober up there as the game's going on, and then they're able to leave and go home. Could that be the key?
Yeah, it's a real small area. The city is very condensed. So it makes sense that like 107,000 people, they're just taking Ubers, they're walking around.
That's crazy. I guess credit to them for being safe, however they choose to go about it. Imagine how safe they'd be if they didn't drink at all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It'd be like a utopia there.
It would, yeah. Except that it's in Wisconsin, so you'd be freezing.
Yeah, it's cold. They're right on the lake.
On the lake, though. So I bet you the summers are nice.
Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never live there.
I guess congratulations to Green Bay on being the safest city, even though you're also the drunkest in this great nation.
The safest driving city.
Yeah.
Probably one of the safer ones.
I can't imagine there's a lot of crime in Green Bay either.
I can't imagine
Just for some
either.
reason, it doesn't feel like a city that'd be crime-ridden. All right. That's interesting. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I think we solved it.
We walked ourselves through it.
Yeah, we really did. All right, good show today. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.
It's The Riot.
Add a little Riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Now, I have numbers here that show that having kids is more of an old people thing.
Better than being a young person thing.
Yeah, and it's not just Al Pacino and Robert De Niro skewing the numbers. This is a survey from eHarmony that shows that for Gen Z and millennials, which are the people that really would be typically childbearing age at this point, people less and less are sure that they want to have children. only 56% of Gen Z and millennials in this survey of people on eHarmony are open to having kids or having additional kids, whereas 43% are undecided or they don't want kids.
Well, that makes sense, I think.
Yeah.
Because what's that age group there? Gen Z and millennials.
Millennial probably goes up to actually like 45.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. It's getting up there at this point. But I mean, Gen Z, what is Gen Z? That goes up to like 25 years old, you'd say?
So millennials is technically between 25 and 40.
Uh-huh.
And I assume the Gen Zers 18 to 25.
Yeah.
So people between 18 and 25, 18 and 40.
Yeah.
So pretty much everyone, they can have kids.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's almost split down the middle of whether people definitely want kids or want more kids or don't. What do you make of it?
But this is a tough time period to be asking people.
What do you mean?
Because like with inflation,
Like in
and
their
everything,
lives or what's going on right now?
What's going on? People can barely even buy a house, let alone have a child.
Uh-huh.
Sounds expensive.
It does.
The first thing that makes me think. Sounds like a lot of money.
It's where did I see this number? 28% of people say that the children would impact their independence.
That's true.
Which actually that should be 100%.
That's for sure.
Because a child will definitely impact your independence. But I think what that means is that might be a reason why the 28%. That's the reason why they don't want to have children, is because they want to be able to keep on living their life. And they don't want to have a child to be a part of their life.
Travel.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever you want.
I'll think about jobs.
True.
What you are able to do or what you feel comfortable doing or whatever, it completely changes when you got a kid in the equation.
So what are the pros of kids? I'm feeling like there's a lot of cons.
Uh-huh.
I'm looking for pros for children.
They don't have them here in the survey.
Oh, they don't have that?
Yeah.
Dang, eHarmony. Some dating website. They're ready for you to get on a date to get married, but they're not so worried about the whole kids part.
The pros of children. Let's see if we can come up with some. Teach you responsibility.
That's true.
Uh-huh. Keeps the family name going. Gives you something
to do.
Helps you be less selfish.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big one. But maybe a lot of people like being selfish, evidently.
Apparently so. At least 28% do, at least.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it all changes.
I think it's tough, too, because we're looking, we got a 50-50 split just about. But that means odds are a lot of people that don't want kids are going to wind up with people that do want kids.
And that's how it works.
And who usually wins in that one?
The person who does want kids.
Yeah, I think more times than not. So, I don't know. It's interesting numbers to look at, though. I still think, by and large, times are changing. People wanting less kids.
Either way, I don't want any right now.
There's some people complain about that, but then you think going back in time, people had 18 kids.
Oh, it's definitely dwindled from that.
Families these days, they only want 4. What's wrong with them?
What's wrong with these people? They can't even field a soccer field.
The stories you love with the opinions you hate. The Riot Radio U.
Now on TikTok, have you seen the trend of the girl dinner trend?
No.
You haven't seen this?
The girl dinner?
You haven't seen this?
I haven't seen a girl dinner trend.
Do you even watch TikTok?
I'm on there.
I don't think you're on there.
I'm on there.
I think you're lying.
Maybe not as much as you are. It's because, you know what? I'm looking at this. It's because I don't care about Popeyes. I've told you time and time again, I don't care.
This isn't about Popeyes.
They just opened one near my house. I haven't even went.
Oh,
it's brand spanking new.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Let's hear it.
But no, the girl dinner trend is so big on TikTok that even Popeyes is getting involved. First of all, let me explain the girl dinner trend to you. I'm sure for everybody else that's involved, we all know. But the girl dinner trend is basically you put a bunch of small things, small little portions of stuff that would really be a side, probably in most cases. But you just have enough size that you make it into a dinner. And then you kind of just eat it while you watch Gossip Girl or whatever.
Got like carrots and a bagel. I got it.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff that wouldn't ordinarily be a meal. And so Popeyes now has their own girl dinner that you can order, the girl dinner menu, which, of course, just features all of their side dishes like mac and cheese, Cajun mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy, Cajun fries, coleslaw, you know, that kind of stuff.
Biscuits.
Biscuits, yeah. You can do, so you can do a girl dinner at Popeyes, which quite honestly is probably the best way to do a girl dinner.
Yeah, it is at Popeyes. I mean, if you're comparing that to eating like an apple and like avocado toast, I think this looks better because you get mashed potatoes and mac and cheese, fries.
Yeah,
just like a bunch of unhealthy stuff, but it's all good. It's all like little things too.
I would have to take issue with you going to Popeyes and not getting a shred of chicken. That would be an egregious mistake. But that said, a girl dinner is a girl dinner, and maybe a girl dinner doesn't have space for chicken.
See, I think about this too because my gal friends, when I'll ask them, like, what have you eaten today? It's always this big surprise for me because I eat a lot, not like in any one time, but just throughout the day. I have a lot of small meals throughout the day, but they're all very nutritious, and they all have like a purpose to them. I feel like if I ask like any of my girlfriends, I'm like, what have you eaten today? They'll be like, I had a bowl of soup.
And that's it?
Or I had cereal. The big cereal gals.
Really?
That's like all they've eaten. Or I did an avocado toast for lunch. Or I didn't even do lunch. And I did like a bag of chips. A bag of Fritos. And I'm like, how does your body operate? How have you made it this far into the day without passing out? Because if I missed, like right now I'm starving. I need my breakfast. If I didn't eat my breakfast, and then I got to lunch and I had like a small bowl of oatmeal. Like think about like Sydney. She would do like a bowl of oatmeal. Yeah. And that would be like all she would eat. Like I would be freaking out.
I don't know. Our bodies are different.
I guess so. I can't imagine.
I must have a more feminine body because I also.
You are more of a feminine guy.
Yeah. Very feminine. And so I can make it hours throughout the day. And it's really helped me now shed some pounds because I can just go from like 4 a.m. until 3 p.m. and not eat anything.
Ooh. I would literally pass out.
Yeah.
There's been days where I've like eaten a small breakfast and then like kind of like skipped lunch here, and I've literally felt like I was gonna pass out. I was like in fear.
Yeah.
And then I had to quickly eat a bagel.
I guess you're just too masculine.
I don't know what it is.
Girl dinner isn't for you.
My body isn't built the same way as yours. I can't just cruise through the day with no food.
If podcast awards were ever a thing, this show wouldn't win any. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
It's Choice Champions. You can text in your vote for who you think drafted a better team and, of course, which theme songs you think we missed at 8772 Radio U. My team, I went first to the first pick. I have the SpongeBob theme song as my first pick. Isaiah in at number 2.
I went with Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Mr. Rogers, great choice.
Followed that up with The Simpsons at my second pick.
Surprising that you go Mr. Rogers ahead of The Simpsons.
Was because I wanted to get like Mr. Rogers out there. I knew I could go back to back.
Yeah.
And so I wanted Mr. Rogers out there just because it was my favorite pick of the three.
So it's real symbolic.
Yeah, so Mr. Rogers, then The Simpsons, and then you followed that up with?
I went Stranger Things and then Succession. I went with a little more modern. Interesting that I'd be the modern one and you'd be more of the old school.
The throwback ones. And then I finished it off with a personal favorite, which is Avatar: The Last
Airbender. Which some are saying is not a theme song.
Some are saying is.
Some are saying, I don't think anybody said that.
Yes, they
except
did.
for you.
Matthew said, I say Isaiah wins, especially with the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
But he didn't say it's a theme song.
But I mean, he picked it, didn't he? That's all that matters. We're trying to get votes.
He did pick it. All right, let's look at some of the ones. We'll count the votes and the ones we missed. Sheena texted in Game of Thrones. Sheena, I've never watched Game of Thrones. Have you?
Game of Thrones, I haven't seen it, but I want to.
Yeah.
I know it's up my alley, so I'm probably gonna watch it soon. So that's the next series I have on deck.
It's interesting. I don't know if I'd recognize the theme song because there's a lot of shows I've never watched. I know the theme song, the Game of Thrones song. I know
it's really popular. I know it was one that a lot of people said to consider.
Philip texted in a throwback. Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
It's a good one.
That is good. Your dad has turned against you. He's voting for me and SpongeBob.
Makes sense. Adds up.
Jason Hudson for the win, and he would have added the X-Files. That was a good one. That was one that missed the cut for me. Like, strongly considered it. We already addressed Matthew, who's voting for you because of Avatar. Caroline just says, how could you not pick the Addams Family theme song?
That's a big one.
Carol, I'll tell you how, because we only had 6 picks total.
Yeah.
That is why. But it was another one that I did think about. Abby, impossible choice between SpongeBob and Mr. Rogers. Hard choice, but Isaiah for maximum nostalgia value.
Now that's a vote for me.
Chad, morning gentlemen. He has a lot that we missed out on. These are all throwbacks. Knight Rider, Airwolf, The Next Generation, and the A-Team. I love the A-Team.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but he's going with you because of The Simpsons. Susanna voted for me because I'm going to win anyways. Was there any others that you missed that you were considering?
The only one that I considered as well was The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, just because it's a good theme song.
Yeah, I thought about that one too.
Just the sound of it's so good.
I thought about that.
This is a story all about, everybody knows it.
Who
it's
cannot
so good.
sing along when you hear that?
It's so good.
I thought about Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about The Office. I could never do this, but I thought Friends would be a crowd pleaser.
It would have been
easy for me to say, but I couldn't bring myself to give Friends any praise. Emily texted in, Isaiah, you had her screeching when you played the Avatar.
I told you, it's good. People like it.
They do like it, but it's not a theme song.
It's a theme song. It starts it's the beginning of the show.
Therefore, you are disqualified,
okay.
and I have no choice but to declare myself the winner once again.
Of course.
What a great choice, champions.
Radio U's Worst of the Riot podcast.
Let us know how you feel about this one. This video that is dividing the internet of a marriage proposal. And almost always a marriage proposal is a happy occasion that is just universally celebrated. But apparently not when it takes place at a college graduation. There's video of a man proposing to his girlfriend as she walks across the stage at Newcastle University in the UK. She's walking across the stage to accept their diploma, and out pops the groom-to-be, I guess, and pops a question. Apparently she says yes, slides the ring onto her finger. The rest is history. But the internet not being so kind. What do you make of it?
I think it's pretty bad.
You hate it?
I hate it. I really hate it.
And why is that?
My reasoning B is I'm a fan of celebrations, right?
Uh-huh.
And if I can have as many special days as possible, I want all those special days.
Yeah.
I would never be somebody, I would never want my birthday to also be on a holiday. I want them separate. So this is a day for her to celebrate her hard work. It was already a special day.
Yeah.
And now, he was thinking that since it's already a special day, he would just make it more special.
Mm-hmm.
But in so taking away from her graduation and making it about them getting married and coincidingly, instead of her having two special days, the day that she gets proposed to and the day that she graduates from college, now it's just one big thing. Which you think would be good, it's not good.
Yeah, I'm torn on this because I don't think in and of itself proposing at her graduation ceremony, that's not that big of a deal. Like the actual proposal, I just think the timing of it where, okay, if you graduate, what do you get? You get a graduation party. When you get engaged, what do you get?
An engagement
party. If you're rolling the graduation and engagement into one, then that means you roll the parties into one, and you should be able to have multiple parties. So I think we're really on the same page. I don't think the proposal is bad. I think the whole situation is a bad situation.
Like she's literally walking up to get her degree, and he stops her from getting the degree to propose to her. Literally, she's getting two fantastic parts of her life at once, yet again taking away from the more minor one, which I mean, is it even more minor, graduating from college?
It's pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive, and now it seems like it's nothing because now she's getting married.
Yeah, they're really each overshadowing each other in a way, and forget about how rude it is. Like, actually, this is kind of rude. You know what? I changed my mind. This is rude. Think about all the other people graduating. And what are you supposed to do at a graduation? What do they always tell you before the graduation starts? Please wait to applaud until all the graduates walk across the stage. No hooting and hollering and whatever. Just wait till everybody has had their walk across the stage. And what do people do? Never adhere to that. But this is worse than even the hooting and hollering and the clapping that you're not supposed to do.
And think about how long it takes. Think about the length of a graduation ceremony, and now old Jim Bob decided he's going to propose in the middle of it. Everybody already is sweating their butt off in this auditorium, and they're ready to get this thing rolling, see their child get their degree and everything. And old boy thinks he has time to propose. Let's just make it all about you, Jimmy. Make it all about you.
Meanwhile, ruining everybody else's graduation ceremony. Something they've worked so hard for.
I'm against it. I'm heavily against it.
And she has to get engaged in like the goofiest outfit that people ever wear. Just to add all
would not be her go-to choice.
Yeah, no
Photos
good.
are going to look rough.
Yeah, he deserves what he's getting here, I think.
Wasn't that a great riot clip? While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.